and a very warm welcome to everyone for today's meditation session. It's my pleasure to introduce our guest speaker, Arputha. Let me give you a brief introduction about Arputha. He's originally from Tamil Nadu, India, and his journey has beautifully blended professional excellence with spiritual exploration. After moving to France in 2016, seeking deeper answers to life questions, he discovered meditation through Patriji's teaching in 2020, a turning point that transformed his life. Today, alongside his career as an automobile engineer contributing to Formula One innovation in Cambridge, Arputha lives by values of mindfulness, compassion, and a vegan lifestyle. Through initiatives like Tamil Spiritual Society UK and We for Wellness, as well as his YouTube channel, he inspires others through meditation, spiritual conversation, vegan living, and music. We're truly grateful to have him here with us today to share his experience and insights on veganism. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Arputha. Over to you, Arputha.
Thank you so much, Premaka. Thanks first of all for having me here with you all today. So lots of gratitude. So I think we can directly jump into meditation without spending much more time. Afterwards, slowly we will discuss about veganism, my life journey, and it would give you guys maybe an idea of what I am up to now. Yeah, so without waiting, let's jump into meditation. So today I have my music instrument, ukulele. This is also something that came to me through meditation. Lot of things to share, but yeah, we will first start with meditation. So gently, as we know, sit in a comfortable posture and close your eyes and observe your natural and normal breath. Clasp your hands and yeah, just start to be with your natural breath. Let us be in the present moment. Let the music guide you. Know where to go. let us be in silence for a few minutes. Last 5 minutes. We are the nature. We have become one with everything and everyone. Let us express our gratitude to each and everything that we have currently, for the reason that we are abundant, that we are joyful, happy, the reason that we are free. Let us be thankful to Mother Nature, to all our friends, to our family, to our own self for our existence. Just witness the blissfulness that we are experiencing. Whenever you are ready, gently place both your hands on your eyes and open your eyes. Thank you. Um, I hope that meditation was good. Let us meet quite often to have the sessions like this. So now I would move into sharing on the current topic. So we would be sharing for next 30 minutes, and afterwards you can have your questions for the last 10 minutes. So before going into the topic, I would like to share my screen as well. But before that, I would just speak about who I am, why I am doing all this, and what I am up to. So as Premaka wonderfully gave an introduction about me, I was brought up in Tamil Nadu. I was born there, and in India to a Christian family, and then till my bachelor's of mechanical engineering, I was there. And in 2016, I went to France to do my master's. And that how to say, that incident of going to an abroad country really changed my perception, I would say, because you know, like, maybe you all are from different countries. We all will undergo that, having some questions like why things are happening in this way here, why things are happening in that way in India. I will give some one or two examples. For example, when I went to France, I was only eating the food that are not having um, no spicy, only maybe salt and pepper. It was very, very tasteless, I would say. Whereas in India, the food that I used to have will have a lot of spice in it, and also chilies and chili powder that will make it very hot. So I was asking why everyone accepted this fact in France, for example, but in India it's different. And another thing is, I also noticed people speaking a bit not so very loudly compared to in India. Always we used to speak louder, whereas in France it was very quiet. And also I saw when the Spanish people, when they come to France, their voice would be in a very much more louder tone. So there are plenty of examples I can give, but these two things, if we see why it is happening like this, if you take India as a country, it's very hot wherever you go, and you need to eat the food that is bit spicy, so that you can sweat. When you sweat, the body is cooling down. So in order to trigger that mechanism of bringing sweat in your body, we are adding some components like chili in our food. Whereas in France, we need to have heat in our body, so they eat lot of food that has fat, like cheese or I don't know, butter, or a lot of products that is rich in fat. Um, okay, fine. Then why we are speaking louder always in India? Because when the country is very hot, you need to keep everything open, right? You can't like simply sit inside your house, inside your room, where you don't have any air. So you need to obviously keep everything open, windows open, door open. So you will get all the noises coming from different sides. So in order to overcome that, you may need to put more effort when you want to speak. So obviously, naturally, your voice is more louder. Whereas in France, it was not like that. I was there and for 6.5 years, and I was always, whenever it was almost cold and everything is closed, so you don't have the need of having a louder voice. So if you see like this, I can go on by saying countless examples, but with these two examples, what I wanted to conclude here is, we as human beings, as of now, we evolved not through maybe our own self, but mostly the most of the things played by our environment. Because my environment was in a way, however I am now currently. If I would have born in France, brought up there completely, would have not known the current self who I am now. Whereas because I was born in India, the behavior of who I am. Okay, if I speak loudly, this is determining who am I. So I said, if my entire personality is decided by not something that is coming from me, but it is coming from the external factor, then really who I am. So that was the question that I had. And meanwhile, I also started to read books like Tamil. We have something called Tirukural, um, where it's always seen as a book that's kind almost equal to holy books, but it's very underestimated that they are only learning it in the school. So they have one chapter. So out of 133 chapters, one chapter will speak about medicine. In medicine, he says, "மருந்தர வேண்டாவாம் யாக்கைக்கு அருந்தியதற்ற போற்றிவனேன்." So in Tamil, what does it mean is, your body doesn't need any medicine only if you give whatever is need to your body based on your body's need. So if you are hungry now, you feed your body. If you are not hungry, you don't have to eat. So no need to eat for 3 times a day, 4 times a day, having a calculated way of living. We no need to do like this. Okay, I read this book 10 years back, and 2016, so almost, yeah, 10 years now. And when I came across the 10, I can say 10 such quotes from that thing, but this one is enough. So when I started to live in this way, I started seeing my body becoming, it's healing itself. And I started to live a disease-free life. So just having one single understanding from that particular book, if my entire life can change, because previously I used to have fever, cold, but after started to live in a way, if I am hungry at 10 o'clock, I will eat it. If I am hungry, then after 5 p.m. I will eat. If not, I won't eat like 3 meals a day or 4 meals a day. That really helped me, I would say. And then when I was going across some other chapters, I also came across another chapter where he is saying abstinence from meat, non-killing. So if one chapter I read and it worked for me, that's a truth for me. So the other chapter should also be truth then, isn't it? So abstinence, he's saying, um, how come the grace will be coming to you if you want to live with by killing someone else, which means when 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 you want to live for your own self, that is your intention, and whereas you are not letting the other thing to live, then where how you are expecting the grace from the God. um, தன்னுயிர் நீப்பினும் கொள்ளற்க செய்யற்க தான் பிரிதோர் இன்னுயிர் நீக்கும் வினை. He also says, even if your life is at a stake, the one thing that you are not supposed to do is taking others' life. So this is also truth, right? Because the other chapter's truth also worked for me. I was saying, okay, this also should be working for me. Okay, keeping this aside, I am asking who am I, everything, and I am also coming across many masters speaking about meditation. You do meditation, you know who you are, understood, and I've been asking for what meditation I can do. And one day I ended up watching a video of Patriji. He was explaining about meditation. Just have to sit comfortably, observe your breath. That is what meditation is all about. Okay, fine. Let me start to meditate for 30 days and see how it's happening. You won't believe, in 30 days, at the time it was COVID that helped for me because it was lockdown and my company was paying to me, but I was not going to company. So it was a wonderful time that I got in 2020. I was trying meditating for 30 days, 40 minutes in the morning and 40 minutes in the evening. After 30 days, the craving to eat meat disappeared. So before, even though I was aware of the fact that I am not supposed to kill someone else for my own sake, because whatever you give, that's what you will get back. I observed that in many occasions, like when someone asks help from me, like let's say they are moving their house, they may ask help. I will go and help. But next, after a few months, when I ask them, without even asking, they will come and help me. So this is how life works. So whatever we give, this is what we are going to get back. So that simple truth that I understood is what making me to be however I am today. So if I want to have a happy life, if I want to have a good life, if I don't want any how to say sadness or I want to know who I am, I want to know, I want to be blissful, then the same should be given to others as well, from my side at least. That was the conclusion I made. So I said, okay, let me stop torturing the animals, first of all, whichever I could do. So I said, okay, let me stop eating meat. And um, yeah, all types of meat and everything I stopped. The craving also disappeared fine. And then when I went to one of my friend's place, they invited me for a lunch. And one lady, she's a Romanian lady, and she came to me and she asked, "Why all of a sudden you became a vegetarian? You used to eat everything before." I said, I told her that I don't want to harm animals for my own sake, so I stopped eating animals. I said, okay, fine. So you are not eating dairy, you are not eating milk, meat products. Yes. What else you are not eating? I said, apart from meat, I eat everything because the other things are not harming animals. I said, like, what else? I said, cheese, dairy, milk, whatever. I said. Then she was like, there is a in cheese. They add an enzyme called rennet, which is coming from the stomach of a calf. So they need to kill a calf to take that enzyme, which will make the milk to become in a state which is almost digested but not digested. So that's when you will get that cheese consistency, which is stretchy. So most of the cheeses you can also find which are marked vegetarian, where they put plant-based enzymes, but many of the cheeses in France, especially, almost 90%, because they wanted to keep the traditional taste and all. Even in Parmesan, for example, if you see it says not suitable for vegetarians, which means that has that enzyme called rennet in it. So then, okay, that struck me on the day. If I don't want to kill animals for my sake, then eating cheese, living in France, is also something that not fitting in whatever the decision I came to. So I said, okay, that was the day I started to look at things. What are all the things that I am consuming that has some cruelty in it? Okay, cheese it has. Okay, I stopped eating cheese and I started to look into cheeses that has plant-based enzymes. It was way more difficult. And then I said, okay, let me stop eating this. And still I was having this milk products and all. And one day I was having an intuition when I was meditating. So it was maybe around 2 months after doing meditation. I was having this intuition. If you don't want to be in lockdown for 2 months, how come you can give lockdown to the animals for their entire life just for your own sake? Okay, you want to be healthy, so you drink milk. Then what about that cow that is going through that for its entire life? And that too in the current world, we are not treating the cows in the way how they are supposed to be. Maybe in the old days, we may say the cows are treated very well. We fed the milk to the calf and then only we got the milk for us. But today it's not at all the case, right? It's purely about business, and the cows are treated in a very inhuman way. And after once that is done, once the cow stop giving us milk, what we will do, we will have to kill the cow, right? Because it's not, we are not going to just keep the cow. Let's say in a dairy farm, if they have like more than 5,000 or some thousands of cows, they are not going to just keep them with them. without getting any profit. So what they will do, they have to send that for slaughter. So indirectly, this dairy is contributing to lots and lot of things. So then, not only dairy, you would see wherever, if you, even if you drink wine, for example, it has the purification process where they will use the animal products in it. Um, so, so similarly, you can see everywhere. So I started to look into what are all the products, at least that I am using every day, that's having animal products. I started to eliminate them completely. Let's say, for example, shoes. I just be mindful if it has leather or not. Yes, it has leather. Okay, I go for some other option. Like today we have lot of options, and then find okay the clothings that you are having, which is like wool. If it is woolen, kindly don't use it, and you can go for cotton, which is equally good, like wool and honey. So in Indian way of having food, when it comes to food, in Indian vegetarian food, if we only going to remove dairy, then it is called vegan food. So the topic that we are speaking today, veganism. What is veganism? Veganism is not about food. That's what we need to understand. So, veganism is the way of life where we are making sure to the maximum possible that we are not harming animals for our own benefit. We are not looking them as a product. Whereas vegetarianism, when we say the word vegetarian, veg plus eatarian. So I am eating vegetables and things related to plants. So I am called as vegetarian. So, but I am not only confined with eating, right? Um, to be more a person who is following ahimsa, who is kind to everyone. It is not only um, okay to be a vegetarian. We have to put more effort in every minute way to make sure that we are not hurting others for our own sake. And apparently, I came to know that the term is called veganism. So then I said, oh, okay, then I am a vegan then. So yeah, it's very simple. And that too, when we have this Indian way of having food, we have lots and lots of things to eat, which is not having any dairy or animal based food. So you just have to replace your ghee. So that I will just present my screen. Um, I hope you are able to see my screen.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Wait a minute. Yeah, you are able to see, right?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. So these are all something that the previous slides are something that you are already aware. So I'm just going into okay. So we don't want to harm animals. Fine. That is good for animals, but we are also supposed to take care of our own self. So we also should not suppress ourselves. So we have lots of alternatives, as you could see. People generally say, what about my protein? So for protein, you have what? Immediately when you say eggs, eggs can be easily replaced by tofu. If the egg has 11 grams of protein, in tofu you have 18 grams for 100 grams. Similarly, soy milk is an excellent milk that I've been drinking for the past 6 years, and I am not having any sort of disease or allergic feelings or whatever. So you can happily have soy milk, and if you see the nutrition in it, it's equal to cow's milk, and it's better than cow's milk because you have the protein, which is 3.3 gram, but you also have no fat in soy. That's the best thing. So compared to cow's milk, soy milk doesn't have fat and it has good amount of protein. So that's good. What else we need? And then fish. People generally say, okay, fish is good. Red kidney beans is equally good. It has 24 grams of protein. And beef can be replaced by chickpeas. Sausages can be replaced by. I'm not literally meaning that you can eat peanuts for sausage, but you can, like, how to say, find lot of alternatives these days. And chicken, everyone are obsessed with chicken, and even I used to be that 6 years back. But after knowing that all these things, and especially the soy chunk, that really helps. Soy chunk has 45 grams of protein if you take 100 grams. So what else we need if we want to have a good protein? And the soy chunk, it tastes also good when we make it in a way with some masalas and spice. It really works. So, and then when we may say, okay, if I don't drink milk, where I am going to get my calcium from? You can happily see just 100 gram of, let's say if you take 100 gram of milk, you will see 125 microgram of calcium in milk. But if you take 100 gram of sesame seeds, you are getting 975 micrograms of calcium. But you don't have to take 100 grams, you can just take 10 grams, and that is equal to your cow milk per day. And fat, avocado is a good source of fat. And people generally say vegan diet is expensive. Vegan diet is not expensive when we are not going for the processed food. When we have rice, when we have all these curries, vegetables, dals, and soy yogurt replaced by replacing cow's yogurt by soy yogurt. You today in the market you have almond milk, soy milk, but I would recommend soy milk because it is really good for your health, and you also make sure that in the ingredients they don't add a lot of other ingredients to make it tasting like milk, to make it bringing the texture as milk. So whereas I buy certain products, if you want you can connect with me, you can call me, you can text me at any time. When Premaka called me for sharing about something regarding veganism, I immediately also got the thought, maybe 2 days back, I had this thought that, okay, why not if I can start a group, WhatsApp group, those who are interested, not for maybe everyone, but those there are people who are genuinely interested in knowing about veganism, would like to follow a plant-based lifestyle, but they are not having the awareness that they can be one, because because they don't know that they can be. So today in the market we have all this we have all the availabilities of good products. So me generally I will go for soy milk that has only soy and water in it. So we need to check the ingredients. You can ask me at any time and I am happy to help you, like where to go, what to buy. You can see that in any shops wherever you go, like Tesco, okay, Asda, Lidl, Morrison's, Waitrose, everywhere, and the prices as equal as cow's milk or even sometimes lesser than that. So that's in terms of milk. And if you want to have your oil, you want to have your ghee, you can replace it by wonderful coconut oil, organic olive oils, and what else, all the plant-based oils are very good to your health. And yeah, this is what I've been speaking about now. Okay, so vegan alternatives. So you have soy milk, coconut milk, nut milks, and then you have plant-based butter. So plant-based butter is nothing but mix of oil and water. So you have the products like Flora, that is really good. And I melted it and I made it even like a ghee. It tastes like ghee. It smells like ghee. So what else we need? Soy yogurt is there, which is my personal favorite. But apart from that, you have coconut yogurt, you have oat yogurt, so all these things, and then you can replace honey with maple syrup, agave syrup, date syrup, date syrup, and all. It's very healthy, and you need to just be careful about the clothing. So replace wool by cotton and linen. Sometimes the shoes can be of polyester, Rexons. And that is something important that I need to say. When it comes to plant-based diet, people generally say, "Where do I get my B12 from?" B12. Recently, I came across another wonderful thing called Millet Man. Maybe I don't know if you guys are aware about Millet Man. So I would suggest you to look into the video of him speaking about millets. How you can also ferment the millets to get the B12 from the millet itself, because millets are something they will grasp the cobalt from the plant, from the earth. So cobalt is the mineral that is going to become cobalamine when it is going to be fermented by the bacteria. When it is going to be consumed by the bacteria, it will become cobalamine, and cobalamine is nothing but our B12. So it's eye-opening, whatever his content that he was speaking. After a lot of research, he has come up with 5 millets that will help our body in order to heal our body and to give the enough amount of B12. I've been also following all this B12, whatever we are supposed to take. So we need to take care of our body as well, and only then we can have our clear mind with which we can do plenty of wonderful things. So yeah, whatever the questions, if you have, feel free to ask me. I think we have some 10 to 12 minutes. So this is all I wanted to share today. So veganism, it's my journey. So it's not something that I wanted to speak that I learned somewhere, but it's about my journey, and I am having a healthy life for the past 6 years. I never took single medicine. And even before that, as I was saying, in 2016, when I came across that book, that simple one line that changed my entire life: eat only based on your need. So your body needs how to heal yourself, your body itself. Only thing is we need to just give time for our body. How? Not to overfeed, not to do whatever we want. Just be aware of who you are. Be aware of what's your body. One thing I missed to say is, so when I said I wanted to understand who I am, I stopped eating animals. Why it happened? Because when you want to know who you are, nature is helping you in all way that all the things that are not part of you is going away from you. Only then you are going to become who you are, right? So if you were not cruel, you do meditation, you become calm, you become loving, you become kind. So thanks a lot for giving me this opportunity for sharing my experience, Premaka, to everyone those who are listening. Hope there could be some takeaways today. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you.
Wonderful sharing. Wonderful sharing, Arputha. It's really very insightful. Though I'm a vegetarian for past 3 years, just as you, when I started my meditation journey, it's naturally comes to me that you don't want to cause any pain to any living being. And I think the energy that we carry when we kill animal and then we have it, the energy that when the process of killing, obviously there's lots of pains and suffering that particular animal would have gone through. Imagine that energy we are putting into our mouth, and imagine that energy is radiating in within us, right? So that awareness is what made me to become vegetarian and not turning back. But today I personally find that your insights were more very in detail, in a sense that I've been thinking veganism is more about the food, but I think you have highlighted that it's beyond that. especially when it comes to clothing and uh, even things like honey. We tend to like we don't see it's like it's harming any animal, like in a sense of bee and all that. But I think that's a good to know that these are the things that we also need to take into account, right? Thank you, wonderful sharing, Apuda. And I would like to open the floor for others. If you have any questions, if you're planning to get into veganism, and you have any question to ask, I think you could just raise your hand and ask, or if you have any reflections or sharing, you could do that too, right? So yeah, if anyone is there, please raise your hand.
Can I go first?
Oh yes,
Hi.
please. Mhm.
So first of all, amazing meditation music, and we really enjoyed. Yeah, we can, and very great presentation. It was always very inspiring for me to learn about veganism. I'm actually born vegetarian, but since last 1, 2 years, I've been thinking about these, that how we can shift in our practices. Like, so I gave up all the leather and anything that is fur and anything that is, anything that is coming from the cruelty. I'm trying to give up. I'm in that process. So I'm trying the different types of milk, like oat milk, soya milk, but it's like sometimes not knowing where to go to, which what kind of product to switch to is more difficult. So I'm very much looking forward for your the WhatsApp group, that where you would suggest more options, better options. So I have a question on cheese. Actually, then did you find more plant-based cheese? Because I think I heard your session earlier 2 years ago, and then I started looking from the that are these cheese vegetarian. So then at least the ones which are available in the Tesco or Asda, they say it is vegetarian, but I was more worried about that rennet which you mentioned. Uh,
Yeah,
and also, if you have any plant-based cheese suggestions, you can, which works for you, because I tried a couple of them. We didn't like the taste, but yeah, if you can suggest better.
yeah, definitely. So I think yeah, most of the cheeses that at least I found in the UK, they are mentioned as vegetarian, suitable for vegetarians. So that's good. That at least it doesn't have rennet. That's what the understanding is. But yeah, when you want to switch to plant-based cheese, there are some alternatives like Violife is the brand where you can find one good cheese. May not tasting or may not giving you the same nutrition. Mostly it's made out of coconut oil and some starch, um, which you can also do it in your house. But there are some cheeses like they will make out of cashew nuts, which generally we are not able to find it in the supermarkets. We may need to go somewhere to find the specialized vegan plant-based cheese shops. So that's the only thing because there is less demand now. But soon, when we are more people to ask for the good cheeses like cashew nut cheeses, almond cheeses, even sometimes they are making nowadays with the tofu, but fermenting that it's becoming like cheese. Um, so yeah, as of now, we have maybe only like let's say four to some five vegan alternative plant-based cheese. Yeah, I can give you the as you said like the vegan better versions that I am having. So you can also give a try on that.
Yeah, I would like to give it a try. And you mentioned for vegan butter, you mentioned, I mean, plant-based butter is Flora, right?
Flora,
I would
that
like
yellow
to
color.
switch actually as soon as possible, because slowly I'm shifting, the milk in my work and all those coconut yogurt, I'm taking all those, just exploring what taste I can switch to after this. So it's
Sure.
really amazing that what we give to the universe is what we get back. So it is really important to be in a, not in the cruelty space. So yeah, thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah. Thank you, Rashmiji. So it's about understanding who we are. That's what is very important because veganism, it didn't only help me just to be have a healthy body. So everyone will have their own purpose in their life. So that is what is very important. So for me, when I started meditating, only I started becoming aware of okay, what's exactly that I am supposed to do. For me, okay, maybe veganism is something that part of my life journey. Maybe not for everyone. So take the time. Don't feel guilty about who you are now. So take your own time, and it's about being truthful to your own self. So that's what is more important, and that will move us. That will guide us to go wherever we are supposed to go. But yeah, thank you.
Anyone else have any questions or reflections? Right. So I don't see anyone have any questions, but Apurta, I have one question. I remember you talk about there's a replacement for ghee, and if I remember correctly, you did talk about there is something that you have done
Yeah,
of your own. So can you explain about that? I'm quite interested with that actually.
yeah, that same butter that
Uh-huh.
I spoke to Rashmi, the butter which is the brand is called Flora.
Okay.
That butter we need to buy, and you have like two versions in it. Like one is lighter version,
Uh-huh.
blue in color, but you need to go for the another version which is yellow in color.
Yeah.
That doesn't have too much of water in it, so it has like blend of like four oils. You have sunflower, rapeseed, and I think two more. Forgot. But yeah, all are wonderful oil, and when you melt it, what is happening is you are seeing as if when you melt the cow butter, you would see that white milk solids coming on the top, separating it. Same thing is happening in the plant butter as well. So the same thing will happen. You have to remove it away, and then the remaining, if you put it in a box, it looks like ghee. It tastes like ghee. It smells also like ghee.
Yes.
um, I have the box now, but yeah, yeah, you can also try this. So that's the thing. So all these simple questions we will get. So feel free to contact me anytime. Happy to help.
Wonderful. I think that's a wonderful sharing about that. I think the best way to move forward is like I remember a few days back you did put it on in your WhatsApp status that you want to open up a WhatsApp group just for a veganism, and that's where I got touch with you saying that I want to be part of the WhatsApp group. So I think what I would suggest, why not you provide me the WhatsApp group, and I'll be sharing in the group that most of these meditators are in, and then those who are interested they can join that group. So in that way, I believe that whatever the sharing or if they have any question, they could then ask in that group. Not just that they personally get the answer, but I think the rest who in the group is also going to get the
Yeah,
informations as well. So I think that would be a great way to go with. And one question I have is about the vegan meat.
yeah,
Right. I'm aware a bit on that, but I'm also wanted to share, and if you have any insight, if you think this is something you got a better information about this, just let me know. Because back in 2020, when I was trying at the time to become a vegetarian, not spiritually, but just wanted to switch. I was just trying to work on, thinking of like, switching, and then try to understand about vegan meat, right? And I think that's the time in the Western, it's more of booming on vegan, not vegan, sorry, vegetarian meat, I would call, where they tend to have like vegetarian meats in a form of a burger, patty, and then all sort of meats that we can find, right? Now, when I was researching on that, I was very interested because the texture and everything similar to the beat back then with my lack of understanding about all this, but just wanted to be vegetarian. Thought let me try with this vegan, but and then when I tried to research more and more, I came to understand the ingredients in the meat, which is the mostly is like highly soya processed powders or either pea processed powder, highly processed. And then with other chemicals, they just do it because they just want to get the texture. So the priority that they have given to those meat is for them to make it as closest to what the meat taste is. I think that's what they were trying to achieve. But I believe that when I was trying to understand, I don't see the nutrition wise or whether it's being helpful in terms of health. Because this highly processed soya or highly processed peas, it could be also very harmful for our health. So I just wanted to share this, like, the aim is, of course, we don't want to be, cruel to the animal, but at the same time, I think it's also, we need to be very mindful what exactly that we are also putting into our body, right? And
Yes, yes.
that is where I think, as Apurta shared earlier, we were so blessed to be, being an Indian. We have so many sources which is coming from a living food, like from lentils, vegetables and all that, which is naturally we could get it, right? Like B12, you talk about the millets. They are great source, right? So those are the living food. I think we could aim for eating when you're becoming vegetarian or vegan. It's best that we aim to eat those living food than all those highly processed food like this vegetarian meats which is easily available. Of course, tofus and all, I think they are using more traditional way of fermentations, and that's a fine, but I'm talking about the real the vegetarian meats which is being sold. Just be mindful, check on the ingredient, check on those ingredients what exactly they are putting in. If it's too much of ingredients that you know that it is chemical based or things like that, it's best that we avoid those kind of thing, right? So I just wanted to share this because we are here talking about veganism and vegetarian, but at the same time we also want to ensure that our health is also our priority as well.
Very good, wonderfully. I think you made that point clear, Premaka. That thing, yeah, as you said, this plant-based alternatives like that mock meat, over processed food is not really something that we can recommend. But yeah, this may help some people, as you said, like when we are transitioning, those people may have time to time the feeling of having similar to the meat products. So for them, I may say, okay, time to time you can have this, but having that as a regular meal in our diet is not something that's good. But there is also the good things like soy chunk, for example, where it doesn't have the chemicals in it. And there is another thing called soya chop, they say, where it's a blend of the soy chunk plus the wheat gluten. So that gives you same better texture wise everything similar to the meat. So when you have time to time those cravings, also we have these wonderful options. And yeah, so as you said, tofu can happily replace paneer. So tofu butter masala, which means, yeah, tofu vegan butter masala, whatever you can make. And this jackfruit thing is also very good. If we know how to make the raw jackfruit, it was tasting almost same as the meat. The one recipe, I'm not sure if you know, GK sir's wife Padmaka, she prepared one day with jackfruit thing, and they are also selling that through their Indian friends. They are selling it now, so that is wonderful. You won't believe, but you need to have that to see. I'm not like faking.
Oh wow, I never tried that from the jackfruit
Yeah,
thingy, but yeah, something to explore.
yeah. Time to time, like whenever we have that craving. Yeah.
Right, right. Right, I think we are coming towards to the end. So once again, Arputha, thank you for your time for today and also for sharing us a great wisdom on veganism and not forgetting about your today the live music was excellent with the
Thank you.
meditation.
I'm
Thank you.
working on it.
Yeah, it was really nice and it gave us a great experience today with our meditation as well. Though it was, we did it for 20 minutes, but it's wonderful. Yeah, thank you for your time and thank you for those who have joined us today. And I hope that you have got the, insights and wonderful information about veganism, which probably could help with your journey on vegetarian and also veganism as well. Right? Thank you. And once again, I would, have a lovely weekend and let's meet up next week for different topic that we're gonna have. And yeah, see you all next week.
See you.
Thank you so much. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.